Okay guys, what's up? So we're in a video today, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the mob vote and the Minecraft Live this year. So yeah, now anyway, the three mobs that were announced, which you probably already know, but just in case, quick reminder, it was the crab, the armadillo, and the penguin. Now, what's different about this mob vote is that all three of those you can find in real life. You can actually find the crab, armadillo, and penguin all in real life. Now, unlike other years, where all of them were fantasy mobs, whether they were passive or not, this year it is entirely real life mobs. And the only exception, well, I mean, they're more of biome votes. So 2018 and 2019 were the biome votes. So we had all those were based on real life things, like things in real life. But other than that, all the other mob votes, well, except for the one in China, which was once again all real life mobs, all of them were more fantasy kind of mobs. So yeah, this one is a bit different though. Now, anyway, I think they're trying to change it up a little bit because they know like people are gonna get attached to those kinds of mobs, and then when obviously two of them don't get added, because this is the whole point, because only one of them is gonna get added, which is a really dumb idea to begin with. Like, come on man, I know coding isn't easy, I know it's not as easy as it seems, but at the end of the day, what's the point of this? Like it's a really dumb idea, to be honest. And even the biome votes, I mean, at least with those, they did say they're gonna add, like, update all three of those, or all small. There's 6 of them in total, because 3 of them for each year. So they're gonna update all those eventually, which makes no sense why they might add the mobs in the mob votes. Like, okay, we're going to shelve those, but maybe we might add those. But with biome votes, which not only add at least one new mob, but like change a literal biome, they're going to do that, but it doesn't make much sense to me. But anyway, it is Mojang, so of course it doesn't have to make any sense. But yeah. Now anyway, I did say in a community post that I am going to be like giving them the benefit of the doubt here, because they did seem to give a bit more, they were a bit more clear on what these mobs actually did, unlike other years. Like the crab, even though we saw it walking up and down like sideways, and they did not exactly confirm that, so that could be something might, like, at the end of the day, they did actually say what will be included in these mobs. So, for example, with the crab, it's the crab claws, which can give you reach, the armadillo, which gives you wolf armor, and the penguin, which makes your boat go faster, which there's dolphins in the game and stuff like that. So honestly, I don't entirely see the use of that. Or I guess it really depends on what the kind of use for that is. Like if they swim next to a boat, or you have to go in the boat, or same with all these. They did at the same time though didn't clarify some things, like, okay, how does the crab claw work? Do you have to put it in, okay, I'll just show right over here. Do you have to put it in this slot right over here with the armor, or do you put it in one of these slots? Because if you put it in here, that will be kind of convenient, because then you can switch back and forth right over here. But if you have to put the crab claw somewhere in here, that's not going to be convenient, because then you're gonna have to change out the block. So I know it's mycelium, but like, oh, I'm gonna have to, oh, mycelium, oh, okay, I wanted to stop building that, oh, I want to build a podzo now. So I don't think, like, they do need to be a little bit more clear, but at least it's a little bit better than previous years. The armadillo, that one's pretty straightforward. Also, I forgot to mention, it could also be both of them, both in the offhand and in the main hand. But anyway, the armadillo, pretty clear is wool farmer, which is an interesting idea. Now, some people think that's a really cool idea, like, and then other people don't. Like my sister, she thinks that's like a pretty cool idea, you know. Like would want that in the game, while others are like, yeah, it's useless. So some players are like, okay, these are useless. Some say it's kind of cool. And then the penguin, it makes your boat go faster. Now, I'm not sure if that one's gonna win, because that one's kind of useless, because you already have the dolphin, and there's also other ways of getting around in water too. Like, I forgot the enchantment's called, but you can put like Riptide. I forgot. I think that's the enchantment, but I forgot. But I think it's Riptide. You can put on a trident, and it will allow you to shoot. Like go when you throw your trident, you can travel through like the water and whatnot. But yeah, so there is always, but at the same time, the community does seem to add useless, like vote for useless mobs, like the glow squid. Okay, the glow squid does actually drop something sort of useful. It drops the glow ink sac, so I guess it kind of is useful a little bit, but like for building, and I guess making your world look pretty, but not entirely useful. The lay isn't that useful. I mean, it's a cool, neat little mob, and I suppose it kind of does have a function, but it's not you really wouldn't use it that much. And then the sniffer is very useless unless you want to build with cool looking blocks, then I guess it's kind of cool. But yeah, so let's hope that the community picks a useful mob, or alternatively Mojang just adds all three of them, because even if they're useless, I still think that they're cool ideas to the game and whatnot. So I think it'd be cool if they added them regardless of whether they're useless, which is another thing. Why don't they just like it's stupid. Like, why come up with all these ideas just to scrap 2 of them, or in the case of 2017, 3 of them? Like, it just doesn't make much sense to me. But anyway, so yeah. Now, I think what they're gonna do for the mob vote, it's kind of similar to last year, where they're gonna have a Bedrock server which you can go on, and you can vote for it. So they did something with the last year where I'll put a screenshot up on screen, sorry, and that's kind of what they did for 2022 for that mob vote, and they're going to do that again. And you could also vote in the launcher, and you can also vote from on Minecraft.net. Now that's a bit different from other years where you could actually vote on Twitter. So yeah, so I guess I think they said something is like a bit more secure. Now usually when they say BS nonsense, I usually wouldn't trust it, and I don't entirely trust that here, but at the same time, I guess it would help prevent mob vote rigging a little bit, because with 2020 you obviously know what happened. The reason they added it was the glow squid was because of Dream. We all know that right there. So I think it could sort of work, like what they said, but at the same time, they usually say nonsense like, oh, player safety features, don't play on version 1.8 because it doesn't have the player safety bullshit. Oh, whoops, sorry. Yeah, it's all nonsense, okay? It is all entirely nonsense. Like, all it is just chat reporting and Microsoft accounts and all that nonsense. It's all nonsense. But anyway, and then for this year, I guess we can talk about what the next Minecraft update is going to be. Now, as I said, I made a video about this a couple months ago, and I was talking about what I think the next Minecraft update should be. Honestly, I'm actually hoping for a farming update. Like, I'm just gonna show you right over here. Now, if we look, would be a good place, like, oh, food, that would make sense. Like, you only have a few crops, like you only have carrots, potatoes, wheat, I don't know where the seeds are, and then I guess you could also place it on berries on the whatever it's called in the farmland, yeah. But other than that, like there's no like tomatoes or corn. Like I think they should do that. Like they're also missing a lot of different fruit like oranges, lemons, um, eggplants. They're missing a lot of that, and they're also missing meat as well. A lot of meat, like you don't know, goats can actually you can eat goat meat, and it's called a chevron. I think that's what it's called, and it's not the same thing as mutton. So obviously, if they were to add that meat for goats in the game, it wouldn't make sense to have mutton because both, even though they're very similar species, in fact, they can even crossbreed together. Goats and sheep are different species and do have different meats. Um, so I think they need to add stuff to that aspect to the game. But what I've seen a lot of people talk about and what a lot of people hope is for an end update. And to be honest, I don't, with all the hints, and I know I don't like to use hints because sometimes people will take almost anything literally. They will take any literal thing, even if it looks like an accident, they will take it seriously. Like they will take anything seriously. Like for example, in the launcher, there's like this, what is it? Little like piece of armor in an item frame, and it looks like netherite, but it's like gray or something, and it's not entirely netherite. It doesn't look like it has the shape of netherite, but and then people will take that as anything. They'll take that as, oh, is it that enderite? No, buddy, maybe, but I think it probably is just a technical glitch. Okay, I don't take everything seriously. They'll take like literal trailers where they like. I watched a video where somebody was taking the 1.20 trailer and we're looking at literal like an Ender Dragon egg and taking that as a hint is like an end update when I think that's just a literal aesthetic thing. Like they'll take anything literally, but at the same time though, they do sometimes give legitimate hints. Like they were talking a lot about ducks, even though I don't know why they would, because it literally says on the Minecraft feedback website one of the rejected features is ducks. So it doesn't make much sense, but sometimes they do give legitimate hints. And honestly, I don't think it's going to be an end update, to be honest, but at the same time, we have to wait and see. Maybe it is an end update. And you know what? I would also love an end update too. I think it'd be cool if they added lots of new end biomes, like they did with the nether, how they added lots of new nether biomes. Um, like, I think that would be a cool idea, like, stuff like that. Um, or they could alternatively do one of those updates where it's just like the Trails and Tales update or the Wild update, where it doesn't exactly. I mean, the Wild update kind of had a theme. It's sort of like a mild update. It's not really wild. They added one new biome to the overworld and one new biome to the caves, and they did finally add the Warden. And that 1.20 didn't really have a theme. I mean, I sort of kind of like ancient, if that makes sense, like as well as, but then they added the cherry stuff. Like it doesn't make too much sense, but anyway, so I think this year they could also do the same where they don't actually have a theme for an update. They just add like whatever kind of stuff, you know. Now, anyway, um, so I just wanted to talk about that right over here, and so yeah. Anyway, I think that is pretty much it. And I also just wanted to quickly mention a few things. A couple days ago on Wednesday, they released the first snapshot 23W40A for 1.20.3. So less than a month after they released 1.20.2, they're actually going to make a new update. And they actually did something cool with shields. I'll show it right here, even though we're on 1.20.2. But if we look over here, as you can see, you notice how it doesn't go up and down like the shield when you're looking, even though when looking like this. Well, in 1.20.3, that actually changes and the shield will move around. And another thing is they have actually officially ended Minecraft Dungeons, so they're not going to be doing any more updates to Minecraft Dungeons. So they had a good run. It was actually fairly successful, to be honest. Like they had quite a bit of DLC, um, which was pretty successful and stuff. But they're actually going to end Minecraft Dungeons and they're going to start working on new projects. So yeah. Now anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. So now anyway, that will be it for the video today. Hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.